Hey folks, welcome back. This is Zach, and welcome again to my new player tutorial on how to get a player started and rolling if you jump straight to 60. So, we've already exited out of the first chapter. We have gone ahead and set up our HUD, put some items in the hotbars, learned a little bit about your combat proficiencies. We've gone to a questing hub for free. We traveled to CZ198. You watched as we did the entire weekly set of missions there in probably under 10 minutes. We fought a few different types of bad guys using the movesets for that character class, and you got some quick cash. Now, if you notice, I still have 2 quests I could turn in. I'm going to be very careful not to because I don't want to use up that token, but I did want a little bit of cash in my pocket so I could show you what to do next. So, here we are. My character is all done on CZ198. I'm going to hit abilities, and if you look in general, there's an item here called the Emergency Fleet Pass and your Quick Travel. You saw me use Quick Travel in the last video, but now I'm going to take out that Fleet Pass. I'm going to put it on one of my utility hotbars, and I'm going to go back to the fleet. This is for free. Now, I am a subscriber. I've been here a lot. I have legacy options for all my characters to make this even better than it actually is. So you may not have this cooldown. I'm not sure what yours looks like. Mine is 6 seconds, so I can use it anytime I want. But as long as you haven't used it yet, you should be able to use it right now. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to travel to the fleet, and I'm going to go over to the crew skills and strongholds area. Now, why am I doing this? Well, that 60 some odd grand that I just made or more there, as long as you didn't hit 61, you can still delete this character. But whatever cash I did make, I'm going to walk over to the Strongholds area, and I'm actually going to buy a player house. Now, this seems like it might be a little extravagant, but I'll tell you why in a little bit. With Strongholds, it's going to give you something in this game that is, in my opinion, necessary and vital to any character of any character class of any level. It's going to give you some quick travel options that are free for you. They're really good, and it is very, very cheap to own a house, okay? If you're starting at level 1 and you get to level 10, it would be the first thing I'd tell you to do on the fleet would be to go and make sure that you buy player housing. But as a level 60, there's really no reason not to. If you jump right into the story, you're not going to be able to do this right away. And you're going to be at the mercy of when the game gives you a mailbox or a banking terminal or, a vendor. That's just not really very helpful for me. So here I am in the Strongholds area. And right here at the center, there's going to be this holographic quest giver, all right, and a little lore item here. I'm going to click on the lore item first. All right. Take this quest. Anybody above level 10, subscriber or not, can have it. Alright, I'm just going to take it. I'm just going to spacebar right through it. This is about Strongholds. I'm not going to accept that mission. But what that does is, that gives me the Introduction to Strongholds mission. Purchase a Stronghold at the Stronghold directory. Alright, now here's the cool thing. There's 4 different directories here of varying prices. But since I'm an Imperial character, I can take the one from Drum and Koss right away. I believe if you're a subscriber, you can also get the Nar Shaddaa one for like the same price or even free. I can't remember. If you can get the free Nar Shaddaa one, just take that. Okay. If you can't, take the Drum and Koss one if you're Imperial, or take the Coruscant one if you're Republic. It's only about 3,000 to 5,000 credits, which you should have way more than that in your inventory. All right. So I'm just going to go and click on this, and that's going to tell me that I'm good, and I'm going to go ahead and travel to my new Stronghold, okay? So once you purchase it, you'll have a new option here. I have a few, but you'll just see your new house, and I'm going to go ahead and travel to it, all right? So you made that purchase, you dropped those credits, and now you have a Stronghold, and you're asking me, Zach, I don't even understand. Isn't this kind of a vanity item? It is. Strongholds really are just a place to kind of put your war trophies, but they also do one other thing for you in the fly, which is it gives you a place to sell your trash and use a vendor and hit a rest area anytime you need it. I'm just going to escape out of this cutscene, okay? So here is my Stronghold that I just purchased. Yours will be empty. I'm going to make sure to not accept those quests really quick, all right? Now the cool thing is, as soon as I get here, a few seconds after, I'm going to get that piece of mail, all right? These are all items I can use in this Stronghold. The ones I want to point out are the Legacy Stronghold Storage, which you are definitely going to want, And one of these should also be for a mailbox. Okay, so these are the 2 wrench items. Alright. This one I'm going to accept. It's only 61,000 experience points. Let me just check. Boy, that's going to be kind of close. Alright, I'm not going to accept it right now. So, when you're on CZ198, accept 2, maybe 3 of the quests, and then come here and accept that one. Alright, but I have preset my mailbox and my legacy storage here so you can already see what they look like. Alright, so a mailbox. There's going to be items that you want for not just this character, but for other characters, okay? Or you want to be able to mail another tune something, another player something, whatever. The game is going to give you mail, and if you have a stronghold, you can have this mailbox right here, and that gives you instant access to it anytime you want. Let me give you an example, okay? So here I am in my stronghold. If I want to leave my stronghold, there's the exit area button, okay? It's right over here. When I press it, I have all these different options now. I can exit back to Drum and Koss, the planet that this house is actually on. I can go back to where I just was in the Imperial fleet, and this also works on planetary locations as long as you're not in an instance. So say you're on Tatooine and you warp to your stronghold, you can click return back to Tatooine after you're done in your stronghold, and you go back to the exact same spot you left. Let me show you that. Okay, so I'm going to click return to Imperial fleet. This is why this is really worth the credits you're about to pay here for it, guys. I have a pretty fast computer. This is why I invested into a solid state drive here, so these things load up a little faster. And bada boom. Here we are. I'm back right where I came from at the Stronghold directory terminal. See that? So I warped to my stronghold, and anytime you leave your stronghold, you warp back to your original position as long as that position wasn't instanced. So as long as you didn't go through a green gate or a purple gate or anything like that, enter into a raid, a war zone, galactic starfighter, a personal story hub, or anything like that, you can go right back to where you were instantaneously, okay? No cooldowns required from Fleet Pass or quick travel or hopping into a ship or traveling to a planet. You literally can go back and forth anytime you need to. So imagine yourself in this position. You've been leveling now on, let's say you started up a level 1 character. You are 5 levels in. You are carrying a load of trash. You need to get rid of it. You can warp to that house, dump it all off at the vendor, and come right back to where you were. That house that you just bought is good for your entire legacy. Every character you make on this server has access to that house. Now, I will add, Nar Shaddaa and Tatooine and Yavin 4 are the better homes to get because they are neutral faction. That means your Imperial class or your Republic class can go to them without any penalty. If this Imperial character wanted to go to my Republic house, that would cost him a fee. So it's good to have both. One per faction if you can afford it. That's not really that tough. If you can get the Nar Shaddaa one for free, I say go for it. That one's definitely better. But now you kind of get the idea of it. Let me show you about that legacy storage too. So let me go back to that house on Drum and Koss, and I'll show you what legacy storage is all about. So you may have noticed that this character that you made is wearing that blue 188, but there's a weird little symbol on each piece of gear. All right, that denotes that it is legacy bound. Okay, that means I can take off that armor and if I wanted to, send it to another character. Okay, this little symbol up here, that means it is legacy bound. That is very nice. Now, if you look here, one of the 2 items that you got from doing that quest was legacy storage. This storage here is good for holding items for your entire legacy. Any character you make on this server can dump something in here and it can be picked up by any other character on your legacy. So I've invested a lot of time and I kind of got a lot of junk, but you can kind of get an idea here from what I'm clicking through of some of the stuff that legacy storage is good for. I have gear items, armor sets, I have materials for the different crafters, I have items like die packs for my armor, mounts that I haven't used up yet, currency items, lots of different stuff in here for my different characters, okay? So if I wanted to transfer something from one tune to another without paying any fee, I can dump it in legacy storage and send it to that character that way. The other cool thing about legacy storage, and this is really important, Remember how I mentioned in one of my earlier videos that you are a fully maxed crafter? Well, here's the great thing. Other characters that have stored up items can be used in Legacy Storage by any character. Let me show you an example. Here I have my armor mech trade window up. If I click on Dr. Loken here and I want to make, say, a Desh armor assembly component, okay, as you saw from my videos, I didn't collect a single material, but I have access to all the ones that I put in Legacy Storage. Hopefully this is giving you guys some tantalizing ideas about what you can be doing if you build up several characters, especially even level 1s that are leveling up. Because what you can do is you can just take anything you gather, dump it in here, and have access to it from all your tunes. I even have so much of this stuff a lot of times that I have extras on the particular tunes themselves. But anything that gets put in here is open to all your different characters, okay? So, like, two of the most important things you can get in this game, you can get from getting a Stronghold. The option to quick travel without any cost and Legacy Storage, okay? I have a bunch of tabs here. You'll get one for free, okay? But that one is still a pretty powerful piece of storage, especially if this is your first and only newest character, okay? So, hopefully that has now explained what to do with that cache. So you have now, by this point, you've made a new character. You've gotten a little cash in your pocket. You've set up your hotbars in your HUD. You have explored a little bit of the fleet. You've tried out a questing hub. You've blown up some bad guys. You should now have a pretty good grind to how this character class feels. This would be the point now to decide if this is the character you want to keep or if this is a character that you don't want to keep if you want to make another. Now the cool thing is that with this cache that you have, now that you have this mailbox, if you don't want this character anymore, you don't have to lose the cache, okay? Make a level 1 character and ship it to them. You know, keep this character here, make a new character, and you can just mail the cache to that character, and they can just hold on to it until you make a character that you do want, okay? The cool thing is, now that you have it, you don't necessarily have to lose it. You don't have to use it up right now or anything like that, okay? So, that's about it. This is pretty simple. Hopefully you guys have enjoyed this tutorial so far. Next up would be to go ahead and follow my guides for the new expansion and how to play them. But all of this prep work can be done without ever stepping foot into the main plot. And I do recommend doing it, like I said, to get a feel for, what this game is about. How do I use this character class? Do I like it? How do I get some money in my belt? And at least, even if you didn't like this character, you've now gotten yourself a base, gotten yourself a little bit of cash, and learned the basics on where to find items in your menus to start getting rolling on a character. All right, and hopefully this has demystified the process a little bit. Hopefully it should make it a lot easier. And yeah, that's it, guys. So I'm Zach. Hopefully this was a big help to you guys. If you have any questions, feel free to send them to me in the comments area. There's obviously a lot more you can look up on YouTube on how to do more of these things to more depth. But hopefully this guide has been quick enough to get you into the game, get some cash, and let you decide whether this is a character you want to keep. All right, guys. Again, this was Zach. Subscribe if you enjoyed yourself, and I will see you guys on the flip side.